This is the Business of Leadership Series Minute with your host, the best-selling author of Don't Buy a Duck and founder of MarketingStrategyHero.com, Derek Champagne.
We've got a special treat today. We have a baseball legend, 1969 World Series champion with the New York Mets, Art Shamsky, with us today. Art, thank you for taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule to join us.
Derek, thank you so much. It's great to be with you.
You know, in such a fragmented media world now and with so much going on, I think back on that time, I think that the two biggest things happening, other than the war, the biggest thing happening in the world was this. And it was a very unified time for people to focus and center around this. And that's huge. Well, you don't see that very often, if ever, anymore. Well,
it's interesting. My first book was called The Magnificent Seasons, which was about those three teams. And I used timeline events to show what was going on in certain situations when there was big games for the Jets or the Mets or the Knicks. And you know what? It's interesting, Derek. I couldn't find any good news. Walk on the moon, and I guess Woodstock, if you want to call that, something good, which was ironically very, very spiritual endeavor. Right. But the reality of it was that there was no good news, and it was a world that was, again, upside down. Problems now in the world, but back then it was, for those who lived through it, the war in Vietnam was just an incredible thing that was tearing this country apart. And I've had Vietnam veterans come up to me and say, thank you for making me feel better for 5 minutes in a place that was the worst place in the world in Vietnam. And so that part of it is so spiritual for me and wonderful when people say that. But it was just a very difficult time, and for those of you who weren't around that time, it's hard to imagine what it was like. I mean, just as an example, when the Knicks won their championship, I believe it was May 8th in 70, 3 days before that happened, they had the shootings at Kent State, where our National Guard shot and killed 5 students and wounded 9. Our National Guard, because it was a protest on the campus, and it was just a horrible time, and so again, it was just these teams, and in particular the Mets, because of where we came from, just made people feel part of that. And again, talking to somebody like yourself who even wasn't born but now understands and knows about that period of time is very, 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 very special for me.
Well, I came back from us meeting in person, and I told some of the groups I work with when we talked about doing an interview, I said I felt like I was sitting with a historian and reading this book, and I appreciate that. No, I appreciate that. I really do, because I look for a story. That's what I do. I want to see stories. I want to understand it.
Derek Champagne here. So many exciting things happening in 2019. Join us. Visit DerekChampagne.com.